Good afternoon, everyone. I just wanted to take a couple of minutes to share an update on our progress with evolving to the new customer assistant role, understanding our branch daily operating model, and working in quite a different way. So firstly, I just want to say a big thank you and well done to everyone. Transitioning was always going to be difficult, challenging, sometimes quite scary. But I think everybody has shown great will and embraced the desired change in, even if it's just a small way to start with. It's just been brilliant to see us collectively doing that, but also watching you guys support each other in helping every individual to learn those different tasks, activities, or customer-centric knowledge and behaviour that we need to truly embrace the customer assistant role and ensure that our customers are having the best customer experience that they can have. So when we started out, we said there were 5 key things that we would aspire to achieve as the start of our journey. So the first one was that all of our customer assistants would be customer first. Now, I've seen some brilliant examples of what were old operations partners having learnt product knowledge already, serving in different areas, but also jumping on tills and embracing that ability to give a great till experience for our customers as well. We said that all customer assistants will be attending all of the morning meetings and our huddles, and it's great to see the shift to everyone doing that. Now, as we get more practiced at how we execute our day, plan and execute our day, those morning meetings will grow to be more and more efficient. But at the moment, it's just great to see everyone in each of our streams coming together to get that communication at the beginning of the day. The third one was that all customer assistants will have scheduled breaks to ensure we are always available for our customer. Now, right at the beginning, we had a little bit, a few hitches, just as we were learning people's working hours and when was best to schedule them in for breaks, particularly the people that started as part of the Ready to Trade team in the morning. But I think we're there with that now, and you guys have been brilliant at embracing that so that we can be there for our customers. So thank you again for that. All customer assistants must join the headset channel appropriate for the stream. That's been quite an easy and simple transition for us, but it is amazing to hear the different types of chatter that we now hear across those headsets, because not only are they customer focused, i.e. the customer is in front of me and I need some help, but what we're also learning about is some of the activity that happens that equally helps the customer journey through ensuring that we have stock available, that it's well merchandised, and that level of effort, I guess, and understanding of shop operations is really growing within each stream. And then the 5th one was that all customer assistants will be scheduled for service zones, tills, fitting rooms, CCP, and the yard, which has now become the retreat. And you've achieved all of that. I've seen so many people doing new and different things. It really is quite amazing. So once again, you should be so proud of yourselves, because in 6 weeks we've set out and we've achieved those 5 key things that we said would be the beginning of our journey. So really, really well done. So the next thing that we really need to focus on, and we've done a great job of this already with the support of the selling and service coaches, is just to ensure that the core modules for the customer assistants are completed on Workday by the end of March. So there is a deadline on completion of the training, and if you need any help or support with that, then just speak to any of the leadership team or any of the coaches, and we will help and support you with that. But just because you've done all the training and just because there is a deadline of the end of March, it does not mean that we expect everyone to be able to do everything that training goes through by the end of March. Training is one thing, and reading something on Workday is one thing. Actually, delivering something practically is quite another, and that often takes some peer-to-peer support, which you have been doing amazingly. And what has become really, really clear, which was one of the objectives as we transitioned into the customer assistant role, is that we've just broken down those barriers in between what is operational activity and what is customer related activity. And I can see people all over the shop blending those two different types of activity. And that's what we wanted to do, just break down those barriers. So really well done for that. I wanted to say a quick thank you for Cheryl for attending the listening session with Peter Finnegan and James Brackenridge, and also facilitating Stuart, our partnership counsellor's listening sessions here in the branch last week. So I guess what is good to hear is that many branch partners are feeling the same thing. The transition and the changes that we're making have been widely spoken about as the biggest change that shops have ever implemented in the history of shops. So it is no surprise that some of that feels difficult. It certainly doesn't surprise me, and I think I anticipated it in some of the vlogs that I've done previously. It's great that there are some mechanisms to allow those feelings to be shared with our senior leaders, and there will be some practical things that we will be able to evolve as a result of some of that feedback. Now, as you may know, because Cheryl has shared, or your TMs might have spoken to you about it, we will implement a branch retail transformation group where we are looking for partners that are interested in driving continuous improvement or want to give some feedback that will help us to get better. So if you are interested in being part of that group, please do speak to any of us, and we'll make sure that your name is on the list. Now, previously in branch, what we've been able to do is our wonderful listening sessions, which I have always really, really enjoyed. But unfortunately, there are no listening session hours, or certainly not the amount of hours we allowed for them previously within our operating model. So at this moment in time, every hour I take one of you away to do a listening session. That's an hour's worth of activity that we haven't done, and at a point where we're not as efficient as we could be because everyone hasn't learnt the skills and capabilities yet. So we're doing lots of things in pairs maybe at the moment. It doesn't feel right to take that resource away from the operation. But what we will do is create this group, and that will allow us to hear partner voice and understand if there are things that we can do better or differently within the parameters of the operating model itself. So once again, just a really big thank you and well done from me. It's a real pleasure to be working with a group of partners that are showing such high will. Claire, my boss, who visited this week, it was her main takeaway. So she's been on several branch visits since January the 19th, and she left here feeling the most uplifted because of how all of you talked to her about how you understood why we needed to change, the things that were working well, the things that weren't working so well, the new skills that you had learnt, and she just left feeling really positive about how we were implementing change here in Welwyn. So seriously, a really big well done and thank you.